Hi, my name's Claire Murray and I am the managing partner of employment and partnership law firm CM Murray. I am also honoured to be the newly appointed membership officer of the Society of Labour Lawyers, which is the legal think tank of the Labour Party, advising on policy issues around law and legal issues. And as part of my journey through the society in this new role of mine, I thought it would be an amazing opportunity to get to chat to some of the real leading lights of the SLL who are really driving its activities. And so I'm really pleased to be able to speak today with a good friend of mine, Grahame Anderson, who is chair of the Society of Labour Lawyers Employment Committee, and he's also the reason that I joined. Grahame Anderson is one of the leading employment law barristers in the country and is, as you will hear, a fellow native of the North East. He's also a long-standing Labour Party activist and a founder of the Newcastle Employment Tribunal Litigants in Person Support Scheme, which is a really excellent initiative. So Grahame, welcome. How are you?
I'm very well indeed, thank you, Claire. You said you'd be able to hear I'm from the North East. I hope my accent does still come across a bit.
Don't worry, just us speaking together, we'll slip into the vernacular. It's inevitable. So look, I just wanted to talk to you about your role as chair of the Employment Committee of the Society of Labour Lawyers. Can you just give us a thumbnail sketch of the committee and its work?
Yeah, so we bring together politically like-minded employment lawyers to advise the party, not on specific legal problems that the party has, but on policy and initiatives that they might like to develop, or to advise them on a new legal development or something like that. Now, obviously, employment law is a particularly hot topic most of the time, certainly post-Brexit and in COVID, and with a particularly destructive Tory government. We are very often on the phone to the shadow front bench, where they will say to us, guys, the Tories say this, or the Tories are planning to do that. Can we talk about our response to the legal issues on that? So we get together, we produce papers for them, we draft legislation sometimes, we do talks with MPs or members of the shadow front bench. So it's exciting work.
It is really exciting, and it's important as well because it's really hard to think about many other areas of law that really have such an impact on society and sort of the day-to-day lives of people. So it's a really important thing to be involved in. And so what's been your biggest highlight so far in being a member of the SLL generally, as well as chair of the Employment Committee?
It's a good question. Few months ago now, the government were planning to rush through a bill on maternity pay for ministers, and literally presented the Labour Party with this draft bill sort of on the Monday night with a view to rushing it through Parliament on the Wednesday. And we get a call from the shadow front bench saying, this is all fine, in principle we support it, but you know, we want to add shared parental leave into this. We want to add paternity leave into this, quite rightly. So Grahame, I'd like to see on my desk tomorrow morning a new piece of legislation that does that. And our initial response was to say, ooh, well, actually that, in a classic lawyer style, ooh, well, it's very complicated. Yeah. But then actually we just, shut up and got on with it.
Of course, and do it, right?
Exactly. So put together this draft legislation, which we are hopeful will eventually find its way into law. And that is literally just me and a couple of people from the society late at night sitting next to a laptop working out how to write legislation. So that was pretty exciting. We did, the Labour Party chose one of its opposition day debates to be about employment rights, particularly in the context of fire and rehire. And something the Tories had been saying was, oh, well, now that we've left Europe, this is great for employment rights because our employment protections aren't derived from European law, and in fact ours are better than most European countries. So I get a call from Andy MacDonald, who's the spokesman on employment rights, saying, this sounds like rubbish to me. And I said, well, you're quite right, it's rubbish. And we produced a sort of document for him to be able to go into the House of Commons and expose that this was rubbish. And I watched it on BBC Parliament, not something I'm in a habit of watching, but I could see the document that I had produced being waved around. And that was quite fun.
That is pretty exciting. So Grahame, you did an amazing job of encouraging me to join the Society of Labour Lawyers. And what are the reasons that other lawyers of any other discipline might think of, when deciding whether or not to join?
I think lots of us become lawyers, and all of us join the Labour Party because you want to get off your backside and do something to further adjust society. And in the Society of Labour Lawyers, whatever your discipline, there are plenty of opportunities in which to do that. We get involved with setting the policy agenda of the party in some ways, in directly and practically assisting them in getting stuff done. And what I would say in addition to all of that is that we are genuinely valued by the party. They do get in touch with us. They do want to hear what we say. They will listen to what we say, and they are genuinely very grateful for what we do. And I think if you are keen to not just talk about stuff, but actually get involved and see if you can change stuff, it's the best thing to do.
Amazing. And are there any particular types of expertise that you're trying to attract to the Employment Committee?
Well, in my employment group, I am very keen to, first of all, encourage people to join who aren't based in London. Like the legal profession at large, I suppose, we're quite London-centric. And it would be fantastic if we could get perspectives from practitioners outside of London. And I'm doing my best to try and forge links, for example, with unions and regional branches of the party, which leads me to my second point. I'd be really keen to hear from lawyers involved in trade unions or in trade union law per se, to get involved, because there'll be plenty of, when the Tories come up with their employment bill, there will be plenty of insight required from not just, High Court and employment tribunal lawyers like me and like you, but proper trade union stuff. And I would really value some expertise like that.
Okay, fantastic. And if people want to get in touch with you directly, how do they do that?
Well, you can get in touch with me on my on Twitter, and I know you're going to put the details maybe below.
I am.
Or my email address. That's fine. In order to join, you've got to be a member of the Labour Party and the Society of Labour Lawyers. But once you do, get in touch with me, and I'll ensure that you join our employment group WhatsApp group, and we'll get cracking straight away.
Fantastic, thank you. So if you are a lawyer and you're a member of the Labour Party and you'd be interested in getting involved in the Society's activities, then please do get in touch. You can contact Grahame, you can contact myself, or you can go to the website. The membership page can be found at societyoflabourlawyers.org.uk, and we have an excellent administrator, Joe Vincent, who'll be very pleased to help you too. It's very cost effective, and it's an amazing opportunity to get involved and make a difference. So thanks so much. Thanks for listening, and hope to see you at the Society of Labour Lawyers very soon. Thanks. Bye.